And hello there. It's novel to have a concurrent viewer.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Just wondering if you can hear me. Because, you know, I'm fairly new to this stuff. Believe it or not. I always keep forgetting.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Person Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Not going to make that train because I'm not going to run for it.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors. Now arriving from TISA Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching. Next stop, TISA Spaceport. Now arriving, TISA Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
Looks like there's some unrest at Hurston. All the citizens look like they're getting ready to revolt. They're all protesting. They're not standing on chairs yet, but they are protesting. Not work. Ah, look, there they go. Start to go to work to say, saw old man Hurston turn up. That's right. Go back to work, you buggers.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Scroll through, find the ship. Drake.
Your Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Other. Of course, because we had a reboot, didn't we? That's a little ship. Oh well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hey, Sean. How you going? Yeah, I know I could run, but I hate running. No, running is just for them young folks. It just shows they're impatient and have to rush everywhere. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. So, have you seen the cutter yet, or flown the cutter yet? Well, you know, when you're old man Alhurst, then you know you've got a reputation to maintain. Yeah, it is quite nice. I do have to admit, the door opening buttons are a bit finicky at times. They don't seem to like being pressed. And you can hear the clunkiness of Drake. It's on this side. And of course we can lock the door, so we may as well. Let's see if we can. Oops. So there is no little kitchen in here, but well, at least not that I've seen so far. It's shelving. It looks like it to be could be a food dispenser, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. And this here is the storage cabinet. This looked like it was a bed, but it's not, or not a bed, some form of cabinet or table, but it's not. And then in here we've got the loo, which for a Drake ship is pretty good. And you can't even lock this door, so there you go. You can lock people in your loo. Makeshift prison cell. Yeah. Definitely, I think you meant just to bring supplies. But that's okay. Like, it is, you know, it is a starter ship. It's better than certainly better than the Aurora in terms of what it's got. But the fact that you've got the several doors and sections, the view is pretty good. But not leagues ahead of the 100. The 100I actually has equivalent missiles, so this has got 4 size 1s. It could take 2 size 2s, and it's got 2 size 2 mounts, but it's got gimbaled size 1s at the moment. It's got 4 SC of cargo, and it's got yeah, and it's got the shower. The 100 doesn't have a shower. It has 2 SU of cargo. It's got a bed and a small kitchen, but it's got 2 size 3 mounts, which means it can take fixed size 3s, whereas it takes fixed size 2. And the missiles on the 100 are 2 size 1s, so it's got a single MSD 222, I think. So size 2 missiles, 2 of them. Whereas this has 221s, which is size 2, 2 size 1 missiles. So they're comparable. This can take a vehicle, 100 can't. But 100's got better armor and a bit extra cooler, whereas this has just got 1. So yeah, they're comparable. $5 extra for the 100 with the size 3 weapons. Yeah, I think it's, you know, they're comparable, in my opinion. And hello, viewer number 3, whoever you are, or viewer number 2, whoever you are. What was I going to do?
You are clear to launch.
No. Didn't want to close it down.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I do like the rocket effects on this. Yeah. Yeah, I knew you meant the Mustang and the Aurora. I got the chat just a little bit too far to the side, so I can't always see it. That's annoying. Post proclamation. No, Marble mining station. We'll just go to Edmund. Whenever I don't want to go to Edmund, I always click it. Whenever I do decide to go to Edmund, I can never get it. Not that I really need to zoom in on this, but because Edmund is so close. I personally think the Aurora is better than the Mustang. Certainly the Mustang Alpha. I found earlier when I was coming in that it seemed to fight the VTOL. So it seemed to lose altitude even after you've leveled off. So what are you up to today, Sean? I found earlier once it was descending, it took a while to actually slow the descent. And I've seen a couple of people explode. Whoop. I always hit that wrong button, damn it. You can tell I'm a mouse and keyboard player. Yeah, it starts to drop really quick. So you've got to watch that. Gotta line it up without, you know, doing the naughty stuff. Okay, not quite lined up. Oh, that was a rough landing, wasn't it? No, I had my roll. I had it right down for that. Actually, I don't want to do that. Ah, damn it. I wanted to turn my power off. That's why I said, oh, I don't want to do that. And of course, this is one of the little bugs you get when sometimes you sit down, your camera just flips. And then I can never remember where the buttons are. Engine off. Can't lock that door yet. You can lock the toilet, you can't lock anything else. The joke. Oh, this one might be up. Nope. Press the button. Oh, well, you landed in the box, that was okay. Hey, Rashmoda. Rashmoda. Yeah, those little windows on the cool are those little windows on the cool. Those little windows on the sides are really cool, I've got to admit. They have done, and as Sean said, they've done a really nice job. And it fits nicely in terms of price, because it's better than the Aurora and the Mustang. I think it's not quite. I think it's slightly better than the C8X, because it basically has the same cargo as the C8X, but it also has the bed and the toilet. But and in a sense, that kind of almost makes it a little bit better than the 100i as well. But as I was also saying a bit earlier, the 100i can take 2 size 3, which goes with the 2 size 2 missiles, whereas the cutter can take 2 size 2s and have 2 size 2 missiles or 4 size 1 missiles. So, So it is definitely worth having. It is definitely worth. I think if you don't have one, it is definitely worth buying one. Because it certainly at the moment, buy a starter pack. It's the cheapest. It's a very cheap pack. Um, yeah, the only pack I think that was better than that was the was actually the what is it? The one I hate, the Nomad. Um, and the only reason that was a better starter pack, even though it was a more expensive ship, uh, that came with 20,000 UEC. So that was like absolutely brilliant. So oh, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be kind. I'll let you have the rubbish. I'm glad to see you got rid of it. You're a good worker. He's obviously
What can I
happy
do
with.
for you?
Well. Now, you can just keep working well, my son. You're doing a very good job there. But yeah, the variety that the starter ships now give, I think there's a nice variety of ships and a nice price range for starters. So we've got an RSI one, we've got a Consolidated Outlands one, we've got a Drake one, we've got an Origin one, and we've got an Anvil one. So that's actually quite a nice selection, and they're all within that. I got to keep working at it. So there's a nice range of ships for starters. Now, Rash, you just got to remember, if you treat your workers well, they don't mind working harder. The problem is, some of my family just don't see the value in looking after the workers. Yeah, believe it or not, I only came here just to get just to get some drinking food. Only reason I came here. No, Rash, that's not quite true. They're fallen far from a tree. They don't. They're like the youth today. They don't understand the value of delayed gratification. They just want to have the profits now, and they're not thinking of a future of what we can do once we've finally taken all the valuable resources from the planet. We could actually use this planet to produce food for the empire and make profit that way. That's right. It's the other way around. Old man Hurst would never say that, the family's bad. He's going to say the children are bad. The young'uns are bad. They have no idea what they're doing. Look now look at that young man, Constantine. But clean up Hurston for profit. Not because it's the right thing to do, because there's profit to be had. If you look at the cockpit here, if you flip that upside down, that's the bottom of the cutlass. That's the lower turret of a cutlass, or not the cutlass, the Corsair. If you look at those, it's put a cutlass on the bottom, cutlass turret on, one on the bottom and that at the top. Yeah, the Corsair. I'm hopeless on names. Too many C's. Corsair, Cutter, Kraken. And I know Kraken is a K, but they're all the K sound. Yep. Flip it and add a cuddy on top, and you've got the Corsair cockpit. I also like the way you can hear the sluggishness of Drake's workmanship, just the grinding of the parts. It needs a bit of oil. I don't think it's wear and tear with this because it's just Drake. It's just, it works, they don't need to care. ASMR, I'm not sure what that is. I'm being old, I don't have all the shorthand lingo. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's what I should have done. Gumby. We can take a vehicle. Question is, how far can you get the vehicle in, and can you lock it up? And I don't think you can, because it's such a tight fit. Never actually flown over this ocean. Let's see. Let's have a flight, shall we? Oh, let's have a... Yeah. I know what autonomous means. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but grindy and nasty and horrible. Now it'd be interesting to know how polluted this water is, and can we save it? Can old man Hurston have his quasi grazer farm on the planet? It doesn't seem to sway as much as they seem to indicate. Hey, Joe the Mitch. How's it going? I actually haven't flown the Corsair yet. So I can't tell you. I'm currently flying the gorgeous little bug. And, you know, it does have that feel of the Razor Crest, which is not surprising since the guy who designed the Razor Crest is actually the guy who concepted the Cutlass. So what are you going to see firsthand? The Corsair. Like, considering they said this is not very good at turning, it doesn't seem... This is not as sluggish as they made out in the stream. I'm not sure I'd want to do bounties in it, but... Old Man Hurston's first flight, huh? And maybe that's a series I should do. Old Man Hurston's first flights, and just fly around in each ship. I refuse to buy the steel, and yet I've still got one in my inventory when I go to the terminals. Yes, it doesn't feel... from memory, it doesn't feel as sluggish as the Aurora. I can't say I ever really fly the Mustang, so I can't really comment on that. And the last time I flew the 100 felt really smooth. But it's interesting to see how tanky this is compared to an Aurora, because the Aurora's traditionally been the tank. And I have a feeling the Aurora may still be tankier, just because it's got the smaller weapons, like the Aurora MR. Like, it's got 4 size 1s, so that's probably close. That's probably close to the size 2s. So they're probably about equal. Yeah. Old Man Al Hurston's first flights of Old Man Hurston. His opinions. Why the other manufacturers are no good, and why Hurston should be building ships. Yeah. I gotta admit, my problem is I suck at making thumbnails. I'm still trying to learn and get my head around the process of manipulating Photoshop. Yeah, I think it usually takes 2 to take out a Cutlass, not a Cutlass, an Aurora too. I'm often, when I've done missions in a Cutlass, I keep doing that, in the Aurora, I've always been surprised at how, like when I try and do the bounty missions, I can never kill the blasted things because I suck as a dogfighter. But it just seems to take such a damn beating. Well, I should say I can't kill the bounties when I just try to do it with guns. I always need to end up firing a missile. Well, look, if you want to shoot the little cutter, I'm happy for you to be in it while I shoot it. You know, I'm sure we can provide you with some medical care at Maria Pure of Heart. See how it starts to lose altitude fairly quickly when you're turning, and then it doesn't stop. It doesn't seem to slow itself down once it starts to drop. And I think that the problem you do get with it is it does tend to, when you turn, it does start to roll. It took a while for the height to settle. Yeah, it certainly has a different flight profile. I was watching X fly earlier, and he didn't pay attention to his speed as he was coming down and just blew up when he landed. Maybe I should find where Lawville is again. What I should do, and I'll get back up. Yeah, that's the stock loadout. Like I always prefer when I'm flying ships for the first time or for a while to actually just take the stock loadout. It's much easier, I think, to see the flight models of a ship, get a feel of a ship before you start chucking in. Yeah, but they did. The coolers replenished it quite fast. So I like to have the stock loadout whenever I'm doing stuff. A lot of people like just cram on the biggest they can straight away. but I always feel it's better to get a feel of a ship, what its capabilities are in stock, and then look at doing the upgrades. Yeah, we're just taking a leisurely flight up top at the moment. Leisurely flight through the stars, or through the clouds. But I do like it. It is a very nice ship. It is very tempting to I said that was the headlight, and I was told, nah, it's not. But there you go, it is. Yep. And then, like, what I like to do if I'm reviewing a ship is take it through its pace, you know, just fly around in it as a with its stock loadout, and then look at the upgrades it can have, and then put those on. So, you know, this you can actually change out the 2 missile pods and put the size 2 missile racks on there, so it can take the size 2 missile. So you can reduce its missile count by 2 and give it size 2 missiles, or you can give it 4 size 1. So it's quite nice in that regard. Yeah. Looks like it might be flying a bit crooked at the moment too, from that cloud cover. Yep. Oh, like you read the stuff that CIG put out about Drake, and they'll say things like, oh, it's got more missile, or it's got less missiles for the guns. But you look at the loadout, and it's got, you know, same with a Freelancer, and they've got the racks that can be swapped out, and so you end up with the ability to put, you know, if it's a size 3 rack, you've got the ability to put one size 3 or 2 size 2 or 4 size 1s on it. And if it's a size 4 rack, you can go the 1 size 4, the 2 size 3, the 4 size 2s, or 8 size 1. And I think you can only go, it goes 4. So if you had a size 5 rack, it'd go 1 size 5, 2 size 4, 4 size 3, and a max of, you know, 8 size 2 if it was such a rack for that. But that's generally how it goes. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, just that versatility gives them so much more. And you look at the Corsair, like it's got 4 racks, 4 size 4 racks that have 2 size 3 missiles on them. When do I think we'll get to Pyro? When it's ready. When they solve server meshing, I think. But yeah, with the Cutlass, the Corsair's 4 size 4 racks are currently the size 4, 2 size 3 missiles. So 4.32s is the MSD. But they can swap that out for 4.14s. So have 4 size 4 missiles. They can swap it out so it's got 4 size 2 missiles on each rack. So that's 8 16 size 2s, and if it can go down to the size 1, then that you're going, you know, 32 size 1 missiles, and that's the one I'm not sure of. I think you can usually just go down 3, but that's a massive load of missiles you can put on that, and that's a lot of versatility as well. So, and I expect, well, one of the things I've got a feeling they'll do with the probes is they'll make it so that your probes are from your missiles. And so you'd load, you know, so if you've got, so a Connie could only put size 1 or 2, size 1, size 2 probes in its missile racks, whereas anything else that it's got, if they do that, you know, a Cutlass could go size 4, size 3, size 2, size 1 probes, same as the Corsair. That would increase for the ability to scan and search and do stuff. So I think there's a level of versatility that Drake ships and even the freelancers and other companies have over the, you know, over those that have as the fixed missile launchers. I will tell you when I take one out. Actually, let's have a look. Okay, so we'll go to the, since we should have one. Of course, got to be back at Lawville. That was a bit laggy there. Bit janky on that turn too. No, I haven't been to the expo hall. It's usually too crowded. Every man and his dog's racing there to see everything. There's nothing to see for Drake that I don't have. So, but I can't fly. The Kraken I've seen before, in terms of the holo viewer. So yeah, I'm not really fussed. Yeah, you know, and there's other stuff I will want to see, and I will go to the halls because it is nice to see how they've decorated them and get the feel. But you know, I don't think there's a need to go there every time. And it just makes it easier for those who haven't seen or been part of the community to have a look and feel. And oh, here comes another ship. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We've got a nice approach bubble. Look there. Just not sure from the slope whether we're on the front or the back. Oh, we're at the back. This is always dangerous in a ship you're not used to flying. If you get too close to this tower, it blows you up. And this one, because it's it doesn't like staying stable. I find it likes to lose altitude and not regain it. You know, so I've actually got to hit the boost. Engage our thrusters. As you can see from my UEC credit, I don't really worry about trying to get credit.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, Hurston's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to working on building a new racetrack, with a couple of friends' help for using the Crux Cup. So have you guys heard of a Crux Cup before? Yeah, Crux Cup is run by the Southern Cross Alliance, which is my org, or the org I'm in. Not, you know, I didn't create the org, but I'm certainly one of the officers, I suppose. But we created the Crux Cup. And March 23 is when we're looking at it. Whoop. We currently have the Ahumani racetrack around Crusader or Orison. Yeah, I put my landing gear down a little early, but you know, better safe than sorry. Oh, they gave me a crappy little one this time. Probably because some other Hurston's got my big hanger. I'm going full ball on my upthrusters at the moment. You thought how much I was dropping then, didn't you? It was like, holy crap, I'm gonna crash. Oh, too slow. Oh no, that's the other one. That's gonna take careful timing. I haven't even done the downward and yet I'm still dropping. Looks like we might be right. Must be slightly crooked. Gotta keep drifting to downwards. Yeah, I like the white skin. Not quite straight, but close enough. Alright, so what were we going to do? Yeah, I haven't got the, I don't think I've got the Eternity for the Corsair yet. But I do have a thing for the red, so... I thought I shut that door. Like, I think this will be really, really good for box missions, just because it's got the cargo space. Whereas the Aurora can't really do them, and the Mustang certainly can't. Who'd we lose? Yeah, but doing a box mission in a Corsair or something with masses of cargo space is nothing. Like, you know, Corsair's the type of thing you do bunker missions in. Actually, this will be good for bunker missions just because of the cargo space. Because I think it's more. Oh no, is it 4 SCU in the Pisces as well? Yeah. Whereas, say you try to do bunker missions in, say, the in the Aurora, and you know, if you place the boxes wrong, they bounce all over the place and fall over, and you're trying to get out and kill you. Yeah. So Pisces is 4 SCU, right? Yeah. Oh, it will be. The Pisces will be released this week. It'll be released. I'm almost certain it will be flyable, straight to flyable, on Anvil Day. Yeah, Titans 8.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I don't actually own a steel, but they've given me one. I still don't own it. Okay, where is the Corsair? Because I know I own one. Where is my Corsair? Might be I have to check a CCU. Right, sometimes when you got so many ships, sometimes they don't. You get glitches and they don't show. What am I flying? Well, I was going to pull out the Corsair, but it's not showing up. So I'll have to double check, make sure it's not a CCU I've got. Because I know I've got one. Because, like I said, the only ship I know I don't have, well, the only two ships I know I don't have are the Steel, which I don't want, and the Odyssey, which I just want to see if it's good. Yeah, I know. When I say that I've got, is that an oh dear as in lots of ships, or oh dear, the ship's not there? Yes, it can go both ways. That's why I was asking. What I'll do is I'll get in a Discord. And if you guys want to join me, you're most welcome to join me, because it's a bit sad not to. I'll go into Algared server in general chat. You're welcome to join me there if you like. Just send me an IM if you can't find it or can't get in, and I'll give you an invite. And then you're welcome to be in voice chat, because, you know, typing's a pain in the bum. But I was going to do the what does the Corsair have as a base loadout. Oh. Yeah, it is a bit of a bummer, but it's not as if I'm dying to necessarily have a look and play around with it. Yeah, it's just another big ship.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Well, what do you want to do, Jay? Like, I'd look at those ships and because they're fighters, I'd be saying, you know, they should be relatively cheap to earn in game. Now, but if that's your jam and you want them, I'm not going to say, oh, you've got to melt them and you know, you're foolish if you don't, because I've got them in my hangar. I've just got everything else as well. But if you're looking at getting value bang for buck, and there's bigger ships you do want to own, you'd be better off buying one of the bigger ships and then using that to earn down to get the small ships, because it'll be easier to grind for the small ships with a big ship than it will be to grind for a small ship. Grind with a big ship with a small ship, if you know what I mean. And even if it means going, you know, not necessarily going a Reclaimer or an Odyssey or a Javelin or a Idris or Perseus or anything like that. You know, even if you go the biggest one that, you know, I've got three mates, we can run a Connie. you'll earn more with a Connie than you will with, you should be able to earn more with a Connie than you will be able to earn with, say, the Hornet. Yeah, yeah, I tend to think the Odyssey's, based on the information they've given us, I think it's overpriced. Hang on, Rash, I'll just get you that invite. Who else? What did you want one, Jay? And are you in Discord? And if you are, who are you in Discord? And if you're not a friend in Discord, let yourself be known. You should be able to talk, Rash.
Good evening.
Ah, isn't it so much nicer?
How are you, Algared?
Although I've got to admit, having someone in the chat typing means there's engagement in the chat. So.
Oh yeah, we can do both. Multitasking.
What text want? He's probably going to want us to do the episode for the little ship's ship guide.
Oh yeah. And how do you see the changes on the CCUs?
They're frustrating. Like
Yeah.
I found all the changes on the CCUs frustrating because one of the original goals of the CCUs was to help players get the ships that they wanted. And one of the other things they were doing, and the $0 CCUs were originally to help people with packs be able to change between the ships in the pack to get the ships they wanted, so and what a lot of people used to do is they'd get two of each, so they'd try a CCU out or they'd try a ship out. If they didn't like it, then they could flip back, whereas in the past you'd have had to go to customer service to get them to help. So that was a frustration. When they got rid of $0 CCUs, that basically I more or less stopped doing CCUs at that point because so many of my chains had ships that had $0 CCUs in them, and I had lots of steps that did that, and I had ships going to them. But when the $0 CCUs went, I didn't have my jumps, and it just made life difficult, So yeah, so I just went, oh well. I made my changes before they got rid of most of the $0 CCUs. So I made sure I had the number of Endeavours or Crucibles or big ships that I wanted. I generally try to get 2 or 3 of them, just so that I'd have, if one died, I'd have a replacement for it and wouldn't have to wait. Because I know that I will crash ships and die and have to reclaim them and wait.
We all will, yeah.
So
At some point.
I've played the grinding game for many years in other MMOs. The idea of grinding to get a ship isn't my jam, but the idea of grinding to build up an area and turn it from, say, struggling to profit, that is a huge jam. That is awesome.
Yeah. I see it the same way.
So people say, oh, you've got nothing to play for. Because you don't have anything to earn. No, I've got plenty of things to do. I don't like I don't like a lot of the players who want to do piracy, because a lot seem to have that attitude of, let's just screw this person's play up. Or we'll get our shits and giggles while we're ripping their wings off, or just, you know, let's survey, let them think they're getting away. You know, it just seems to be a complete bastardry in a way. A lot of it goes, and you see that often in MMOs when you get those type, you know, when you get the PvP players, and they'll kill someone, and they'll do the old teabagging on them just to rub it in their faces that, yeah, I beat you, and they'll stream it, and, you know, or they'll have them unconscious, and they'll do that type of thing as well, you know. So there's a certain level of bastardry in a lot of the PvP approach, and you know, I think you saw that in EVE as well, where people would join an org and spy on the org just so they could absolutely shaft the org and take all the resource and do other stuff. So, all right, take care, Mitch. Yeah, so lots of, you know, but I also get that you want the PvP. You don't want to just not have PvP, and that means you do want to have your pirates and your bounty hunters. And if it's a criminal, then he is going to do stuff that attacks players. But so much of what you see is just blow them up, loot the crap, and then go. Or, you know, kidnap them, drug them, and then say, pay me. And, you know, I've seen numerous different types of that. And I'm being paged by Execute because he wants to do a show. So I'm going to, I am going to have to say, take care, and I'll see you next time, I guess. So
you too. Have a great one.
But feel free to catch me next time, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure to join you, or at least follow you.
Yep.
Whenever you come back on.
Oh well, yeah, do that. I'll So yep. Anyway, I better go. I've got to. We did say we'd do the buyer's guide of a review of Mikado today. So one should go.
Okie dokie. Good luck.
You take care.
You too. Bye.